So much happening, Elena, in just the last few hours. Give us the latest.
That's right. Let's start with tariffs, John, because look, this is something that the president had threatened to do. He was moving forward to do it more than a month ago, and now it is here. It's something that still, even in the final hours yesterday, as they were leading up to this new deadline of this morning, people on Wall Street, people on Capitol Hill were still hoping, and certainly, of course, Ottawa and Beijing and Mexico City were hoping that the president wouldn't move forward with, but now he has. I'm just going to break down exactly what these tariffs are. One is that we know that he has implemented the 25% blanket tariffs on Canada and Mexico. Those took effect this morning. But then he also bumped up tariffs on China from 10% to 20%. And immediately we've seen some of these countries retaliate with tariffs of their own. China, for example, retaliated by announcing 15% tariffs on chicken, wheat, corn, and cotton imports from the United States. They also announced a 10% tariff on soybeans, pork, beef, and other various goods. Canada, for their part, we heard Prime Minister Justin Trudeau say that they are going to have $30 billion or tariffs on $30 billion worth of U.S. goods, and that they would impose an additional $125 billion tariffs on American goods by March 25th. All to say, look, it's unclear how the markets are going to be impacted by this, but this is coming at a time when already you have a very inflation-weary Americans, many of whom do not want to be thrust into this trade war.
We've got Vanessa Yukevich connecting us this hour from New York. Mark Stewart is in Beijing, and Paula Newton has reaction from Ottawa in Canada. Vanessa, let me start with you. Let's break down what we know about these tariffs first and foremost.
Well, certainly. We know now that there are tariffs in place on Canada and Mexico, 25% from all goods from Canada and Mexico coming into the United States, and an additional 10% on goods coming in from China into the U.S. right now. And this is critical because American consumers get a lot of things from these three major trading partners. Things like oil, food, electronics, and cars. And we can expect that prices on these key commodities will rise. And we just learned moments ago that the president of Mexico announced that she will be putting retaliatory tariff and non-tariff measures in place starting on Sunday. We will learn what those are. But we've already heard from China, who is retaliating with 15% and 10% tariffs on agriculture exports coming from the U.S. going into China.